You know, I came up with quite an interesting thing yesterday. I came up with an idea of a Ubisoft paradox. Do you know what it is? Well, Ubisoft paradox is when you have to present something, but you've got nothing to present. And this is just what happened yesterday. Not yesterday, I'm recording this during the 13th of June, and yesterday was the 12th of June when I was watching the E3 presentation from Ubisoft, and it was horrible. My name is Replico, and today I'm going just to tell you something interesting about the presentation of E3 from Ubisoft. I'm going just to deconstruct it, show it in the ways I know it, show it the ways I feel about it, and only the things I know. So, on June 12th, the online presentations for E3 2021 began, and Ubisoft was the big name in the beginning. Yeah, it was quite a big fail, to be honest. So, just going to give you the highlights, some of the different ones. The first thing that they have presented was Rainbow Six Extract. What was that? Well, it was a new part of Rainbow Six. We know that such game franchise as Rainbow Six, it was made just by the stories from Tom Clancy, if I'm not mistaken, and this is something serious. This is a serious project. It is a tactical, strategical game that needs to be played very carefully. It is a real tactic game, but at the same time, they present us the game which is full of aliens. Yeah. So we've got right from the story of Tom Clancy and some different game tactics and strategies from them to aliens. Yeah, this is just the way it is, so I will be completely fine with it, I think so, and the only thing that I know is just a little bit similar to that is the modification for Rainbow Six Raven Shield, which is about zombies. So it is literally a modification that turns all the NPCs into zombies. Rocksmith Plus was the next thing that they have presented, and the platform of Rocksmith Plus is a PC. It will be just in 2021, but at the same time there is a problem with it. You know which one? Rocksmith Plus is not a game. Rocksmith Plus is not a game at all, because this is a simulator. This is just simply a simulator, and the one which is made to learn how to play guitar. And this is it. There is nothing more to say about it. There is no gameplay, there is nothing more that just can come with that. This is just a simulator. There is nothing to show. If they were not serious about it, if they just shown it as something little, it would be fine. But they have presented it as a game, and that is not a game. The next thing was a Republic of Riders. I was quite shocked in the beginning because I thought that this was going to be some casual racing game, which was not interesting, that is going to be as casual, as colorful as it can be, just for kids and for everyone else, but it's not like that. Probably, we don't know, but the thing is that it has quite some features, and I was interested in the fact that it had the features such as different transport. It's not just about cars, it's not just about bikes or something like that. It has different kinds of transport, and well, I think that this is fine. Then we've got Rainbow Six Siege PC crossplay with Stadia and Amazon Luna. Good joke, yeah, very fine. It's quite good that you have presented the crossplay for the game that is like 6 years old now. Yeah, that is fine. Then comes the Siege of North Star. It also comes with Rainbow Six. So there is nothing more about it. They have presented an expansion pack or a DLC just for the game that came up 6 years ago. Okay. Then we've got VALHALLA X TMNT with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Well, fine. There is nothing more to say about it. There's just a Brawlhalla. There's nothing you can say about the Brawlhalla. It's some fighting game, I think. I've got a friend who really likes Brawlhalla and things like that. So, then we've got the Crew 2. Yeah, it will be fine. And expansion pack or just a DLC for Watch Dogs Legion. But after that, we've got just something that is so interesting as it can only be, because then we've got Just Dance 2022. Oh boy, here we begin all the things that I want to say. So, Just Dance 2022 presentation was great. That was the greatest part of all the presentations that happened during, I think, like 20 years, 30 years, because this one was as politically correct, as casual, as tolerant as it could only be. We've got everything we wanted, and we've got no gameplay. We were shown no gameplay, we just only represented some person who said that, well, you know, I'm in a game. Yeah, you can dance to my song, and this is it. There is nothing more to say about Just Dance 2022. It was just as politically correct, as just neutral as it could be. It was just so dry, and that is one of the biggest problems of the presentation of Ubisoft. The E3 from Ubisoft was as dry as it could only be. It was just as casual as it could be, and there was nothing interesting about it. It is a problem. Then we've got Assassin's Creed VALHALLA Siege of Paris. And it is still something that comes to the game that we've got. Yeah, very good, but there is nothing new about it. There's just some kind of a DLC, and that's it. That's just a DLC. The only problem of this thing is just that Assassin's Creed is not the Assassin's Creed that we know. I was playing the first one, the second one, Brotherhood and Revelations, and I don't like the third part, and I think that Black Flag is fine. After that, everything went bonkers, and that's what I want to say. VALHALLA is bad. I personally don't like it. Just from the fact of monetization, just from the fact of the shop that is inside the game. That is bad. You should not support that. You should not play something like that. Maybe you can, but you shouldn't. That's the biggest problem of that. You don't have to support things like that. You have to support the game that is actually a game, that doesn't have stupid microtransactions, that doesn't have any just moments like that, because this is stupid. You shouldn't do anything like that. And then we've got Far Cry 6. Have we got any Far Cry 6? No, we haven't. Everyone was waiting for that. There were like, I remember that there were like 170 hundred of people. Yeah, there were like literally 170 hundreds of people, and that was just something. There were so many people waiting for this particular moment. They were waiting for Far Cry 6, and Far Cry 6 didn't have anything. We were not presenting anything at all, because all you got was a season pass. Yeah, we've got a season pass, and we've got nothing about it. We don't know what it is, we don't know what will we get, and this is just that. Here you go, you got a season pass, and nothing more about it. You know, you can now play as your favorite villains from Far Cry 3, 4 and 5. And this is that. There is nothing more. And that is one of the biggest problems of the Ubisoft presentation. They've had only got DLCs, expansions for the games that they've still got, and after that, there were just moments when I was laughing my ass off. It was the Avatar. The game about Avatar isn't going to be good, and there is a reason for that. I personally think that the game about Avatar isn't going to be good because this is a licensed game. And do you know what is the thing about licensed games? It's that they are usually bad. Not all the time, but usually. It is the paradox that comes to movie games and game movies. They are not really good. And we do remember the Avatar game that came like in 2009. The release was big, but the game was bad. That's what I remember. And then we've got something that could have been presented by Nintendo, but it wasn't presented by Nintendo, it was presented by Ubisoft. Probably because there were rabbits from Rayman. There was just Mario and rabbits from Rayman, and this is it. But there is nothing about it. It's just simply a crossover. There is nothing interesting about it. We were shown some gameplay, I think, and that was all. It was a little bit fun, but just a little bit. There was nothing more about it. And this is the way Ubisoft presentation ended. Here comes a little bit of a story. My friends and I decided just to watch everything on Discord. We were just attending this particular moment together. At the same time, when we were broadcasting the Twitch presentation, we were just shocked, because we were waiting for Devolver and for Ubisoft. Someone was waiting for them, someone was waiting for Devolver, and the thing is that I was waiting for Devolver, I really was, and I've got nothing. And do you know why? Because the Ubisoft presentation ends. It's right the time when it has to come to the end. There are no other projects, and there are just the presenter speaking. And that's all. And right after that, they show us movies. They give us trailers for some movies. I was just shocked because I did not expect that. It's right the time when Devolver has to present their games, when the presentation from Devolver it just has to start. But there is nothing. There is nothing at all. They don't show anything. They show trailers. Movie trailers. And the movies were quite bad, to be honest. I do not want to get something like that, and I don't see any reason why they were presented at the E3 right after Ubisoft. I probably think that the reason is just that they had nothing to present, and this is that. This is just the part of the Ubisoft paradox. But so here we are waiting for Devolver. People are just writing Devolver. The chat is overflowed with Devolver. But they are not presented. They are not introduced. And here is where the interesting part begins. Because I think that this is not fine. It doesn't have to be like that. So I go to Twitter. I look at the account of Devolver. And it says that they are presented on Summer Game Fest. That was unusual. I did not expect that. I know some of the scandals that happened with Devolver, like during 2017 and all the times, but there was nothing more about it. Why didn't you present them? What was the reason? Why were Devolver not presented during the E3 after Ubisoft? They were presented here. That was the plan. You have presented Ubisoft, and right after that, there had to be Devolver. But you presented us some movies, and that was that. I don't see any reason for this. I do not see any. And so we have decided that just to watch everything on YouTube. We go to Summer Game Fest, we watch everything there is, and the presentation by Devolver was great. I was excited because everything just was amazing. The presentation of Devolver was completely amazing because those are the people who know how to make a show. The presentation of Devolver, it was a goddamn showtime. When it got to them, I really knew they were going to make a show. They were going to present everything as good as they only could. And they really did, because all the games were interesting. I really wasn't bored, because when we were watching the presentation from Ubisoft, we were all bored. There was nothing. It was boring to watch. It was dry, as I said. But the presentation of Devolver was great. It was interesting. It was funny. I really like it. It was fun. It was just simply fun, and I loved it. It was also funny in some way because some of the jokes were just local, I think, and they have presented just different things. They have presented Devolver Plus or something. They have presented just the NFT, a goddamn tape for a video system just that can play VHS, and it was fun. It was really fun. I really liked it. The moment I felt strange was when they have presented Shadow Warrior 3. I didn't expect that, because that was just a copy of Doom Eternal. This is literally a copy of Doom Eternal. Look at it, look at all the elements, look at the grappling hook, look at the weapons, the way you use them, look at all the other elements. This is just a copy of Doom Eternal, and there is nothing more about it. But I think it will be fine, it will be fun at the same time, and that's what's good about it. I even made a bingo just for the presentation of Devolver, and I won. Only I did not win at 2 moments. I was expecting at least something for Serious Sam, but there was nothing about it, and I at least wanted to get a joke about Hotline Miami. But there wasn't any. Hotline Miami wasn't presented, and I did not expect the third part. That just would be stupid. I am a fan of the series. I really like the franchise of Hotline Miami. It's simply great. It is genius. And Devolver, they are also genius. Believe me, they really are. And the next part of the paradox of Ubisoft is that someone who presents something for just half an hour can present more than you can present with an hour and a half. That was just... That's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing for Ubisoft, because Devolver presented more content, more different games, and more different things in half an hour, in just simply half an hour. And that is a good thing about it. They know what they are doing, they know how to present everything, they know how to make a show. Those are the people who know how to present their own stuff. I appreciate the attention of yours. Have a good time. Bye.